Hi, I'm Amy Finley, and this is Across the Fence. It's Recipe Day, and that means Marco has been busy in the kitchen. And with Thanksgiving right around the corner, not only has he been thinking about preparing for the big day, but also what to do with all those leftovers. And what goes better with Thanksgiving leftovers than adding what Marco's calling cornucopia cookies? What's cooking, Marco?
Thank you, Amy. Hi, I'm Marco Ayala, and I'm here to share another recipe with all of you. And yes, fall is here, my favorite time of the year. There's so many things that I really love about fall. One of them is the fact that the leaves are changing. Now, the other thing that I absolutely love about this season is that this marks the beginning of the holidays. And the first holiday that we celebrate is Thanksgiving. And well, Thanksgiving is a time that we get together with friends, we get together with family, and when we get together with friends and family, you know what we do? We share great food. And well, this is a great opportunity to bring some recipes that you probably want to share with family and friends in this special occasion. So let's start with something that is going to be so easy and so packed with flavor that you will not believe it. Because as all of you know, I'd rather spend time with the family and time with friends than to spend it all day cooking. So that's how I decided to make a recipe that will fit all that criteria. And these are mushroom cheddar tartlets. And these are so good that you will not believe how easy they are to put together. So if you want a recipe that is easy, flavorful, and a crowd pleaser, stay tuned because I'm gonna tell you how to make it. First, you're gonna take 1 8-ounce refrigerated seamless crescent dough sheet. Unroll the dough onto a rectangle and cut it into about 24 pieces. Then you're gonna take a mini muffin tin and you're gonna arrange all the crescent dough onto the cups. Once all the mini cups are ready, you're gonna set this aside. And something that I love about crescent roll appetizers is that they're so easy to make. Now the dough alone is not gonna make this recipe, so let's work on the filling because it's going to be bursting with flavor. To a large skillet over medium heat, you're gonna add 2 tablespoons butter. Once your butter is completely melted, you're gonna add half a pound chopped fresh mushrooms and 1 chopped green onion. Mix them well and cook until your mushrooms are nice and tender. And what you're doing in this step is making sure that all the moisture comes out of the mushrooms and is evaporated. This is going to reduce the mass of the mushrooms into about half. It's going to bring the flavor profile out and those umami flavors that are so good. So trust me, make sure that your mushrooms are well cooked. And now let's add a few more ingredients. Once your mushrooms are tender, you're gonna add 1 teaspoon minced garlic. And you're gonna cook it for about 2 minutes until the garlic is toasted and very fragrant. Then you're gonna add half a cup heavy whipping cream and half a cup grated Parmesan cheese. Mix it well and make sure all the liquids are evaporated. Then you're gonna remove your fillings from the heat. And if you notice, we're not adding any salt and pepper to this recipe because the Parmesan cheese alone is adding enough saltiness. However, taste it. If you feel like it needs a little kick, you can add whatever seasonings your family enjoys. And you're gonna fill each muffin cup with about 1 to 1.5 teaspoons mushroom mixture, making sure it's evenly distributed. Then you're gonna bake them at 375 degrees for about 8 to 10 minutes or until the pastry is golden brown. And yes, it was that easy to make this appetizer that is, as I said, packed with flavor and so easy to make. I hope you enjoy it. I hope that you try it because I really think that this is a recipe that is easy to make and it's so good. And as I said, it's ingredients that you probably already have in your fridge and they're very easy to source. So give it a try and let me know. Okay, now that we had our appetizer done, let's talk about the main dish. And let's face it, let's not reinvent the wheel. I think that everyone has a favorite turkey recipe that is passed generation to generation. However, one thing that we all have in common is leftovers because those turkeys are big. So then we're stuck eating turkey for weeks and it can get a little boring. So how about we infuse this turkey with different flavors and we transform it into a whole different recipe. So that's how I decided to make this cheddar turkey quiche. And I know that quiche is not for everyone. However, the flavors that are packed in here, it's something that everyone in the family is going to enjoy because it features some of those Vermont flavors that we love with some of the ingredients that we have left over from the turkey dinner. So let me tell you how to put it together. First, you're going to take one 9-inch pie shell, unroll it, and arrange it onto a greased pie plate. Trim the edges, and then you're going to partly bake your crust at 350 degrees for about 5 to 6 minutes. Once your crust comes out of the oven, you're going to add 1 cup crumbled leftover stuffing, 1 cup chopped leftover turkey, 1/4 cup roughly chopped parsley leaves, and 1 cup shredded sharp cheddar cheese. This recipe really encompasses all those great flavors from the turkey dinner. However, we're going to need a great custard to tie everything together. To a bowl, you're going to add 1 1/4 cups half and half, 3 large eggs, 1/4 teaspoon nutmeg, and salt and pepper to taste. Whisk it well and then pour it over the filling. Bring your quiche back to the oven and bake it at 350 degrees for about 35 to 45 minutes. And just that easily, we have given all those turkey leftovers a new life. I think that this is going to be a recipe that everyone is going to enjoy. So I hope you give it a try and let me know how you like it. Now, it's time for dessert. And as all of you know, I like baking. I enjoy decorating my baked goods. However, the only downside to that is that to make, a really nice confection is going to take a lot of time. So how about we compromise and make a dessert that is really pretty, that is going to be a showstopper, but that also is very easy to make. So that's how I decided to make these cornucopia Thanksgiving cookies. And look at those. They look so pretty, and you will not believe how easy those are to make and how easy they're to decorate. So let me tell you how to put them together. For these cookies, we're going to use a prepackaged sugar cookie mix. Once they're cooled, you're going to frost them with a white frosting in your favorite flavor. And to make the cornucopia, it's so easy because we're using these horn-shaped corn chips. You just place one on top of the cookie, and then you add some sprinkles to represent the fall bounty. And for that, I use these sprinkles that I found in my grocery store. It's a collection of different colors and textures. I think this is a great project to also do with the kids because kids love decorating cookies and adults do too. Now, if you're thinking, Marco, there's not really enough cookies in there to make it worth making them? Well, guess what? There's more cookies over here because it makes about 24 to 26 cookies depending on how big you make them. As you can see, some of these are a little smaller. Over here, I made them bigger so I could fit a little more sprinkles in there. So it's really up to you. However, the one thing that I can tell you is that people are gonna compliment you on how beautiful these cookies are. And these are all of my recipes for this Thanksgiving. I hope that you give all of them a try. And if you're wondering how to get the recipes to make them at home, well, make sure to go to the UVM website that you can see at the bottom of your screen, because you can find these recipes and many other recipes on our archive. So in order to connect with Across the Fence through social media, make sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on X, formerly known as Twitter, or subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can get all this content of Across the Fence running your phone or your computer. And I also want to say thank you everyone for all the feedback and all the messages that you send through social media. I had the chance to talk to Mary Pearl who said, Marco, how about some recipes for people with gluten allergies? So Mary, those are coming soon. I also had a chance to talk to Donna Komomiki. And she told me how much she appreciates having recipes that are easy to make. So thank you so much for all your feedback. Remember to connect with us. And on that note, I hope that you have a great Thanksgiving. And from my kitchen to your kitchen, happy cooking.
Thanks, Marco. That wraps up our program for today. I'm Amy Finley. This is Across the Fence. Come back and let's learn and explore again tomorrow.